Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to a use case video instead of a Star Citizen Nightly, because I looked and there just wasn't that much news. So I was like, well, why not just do a use case video instead? So today we're going to do the Javelin use case. This might seem like it should be a long video, but it really shouldn't. It should be pretty short because the Javelin really has one major use case, and I'll just go ahead and spoiler alert it for you right now. Large orgs, very, very large orgs. There you have it. End of video. All right, see you later. No, I'm just kidding. There's more to say, but not much more to say, but I will go into that real quick. I just want to do a shout out. We gained, I think, like 200 or 300 subscribers over the last 2 days. So like, you guys have really been pushing to get the 5,000. We're not quite there yet, but just a reminder, if we get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of July, I will give away a ship that's $400 in value, or maybe even a little bit more depending on what they have for sale. And then if we get to it by the end of August, a ship that's $300. And if we get to it by the end of September, then a ship that's $200. So that's the push for 5,000. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing these push for subscriber things that often. Maybe at like 10,000, and then maybe at 20,000, and then maybe at like 50, and then 100, like the big numbers, I guess. But it's more so just like a celebration. Yeah, if you do it, it is what it is. If you don't, hey, yeah, you know, I'm spending my own money when I'm giving away these ships, so you know, it's more so a way for me to give back to the community, because pretty much all the money that I make from this YouTube channel, I just give back in prizes and stuff, and I don't always publicly share the prizes that I give to everyone. So there may be some prizes that you're not aware of that I've given to people, but pretty much all the money goes back into the channel, and it goes back into the community. I have all the ships that I want. I have most of the stuff in the game that I want, and you know, I make decent amount of money outside of YouTube. So yeah, it's really, I like to you know, chop it up with you guys in the comments, and I like to, you know, talk about the game. That's really why I started this. This is more for passion than anything. But the more subscribers I get, the more money that I have to give out to you guys. So that's what it is. So all right, enough of that. Let's get to this Javelin. All right, there she is. There she blows. The whale of all whales, the ship of all ships, the gigantinormous Javelin. So, why don't I own a Javelin? Let's start there. I don't own a Javelin because I am never going to be able to get the amount of people. Let me not say never be able to. I'm not going to want to put together that large of a group of people just to take out one ship. So I would love to be a part of one of those groups, but I just don't have the energy to put together that large of a group of people. So the ship, you know, didn't make sense for me. And the same goes for the Kraken Privateer, and even the Idris at this point. I have like an Orion, which I think is going to end up being my biggest ship, and that only has a crew of 8, so it's probably not going to take that many people. I don't think any of the other ships I have, maybe the Endeavor, but I'm willing to risk it on the Endeavor. I have 3 Endeavors, so I'm willing to risk it on the Endeavor. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I just don't really have. I mean, I feel like if you have one capital ship, you're good to go. Most people that buy more than one, they're either a part of large orgs or they just like shiny spaceships, and I respect both of those. So the use case for this, like I said, it's if you have a large org. This ship is dominance. Like, if you see one of these and you don't have like a fleet of something that's meant to like destroy it, like 6 or 7 Idris, or 8 or 9 Polaris with some Perseus peppered in. Like, you might as well just turn the other way, because this thing, if the Idris has like 22.5 million HP, this thing's probably going to have 100 million. Like, legitimately 100 million HP. And you probably won't even be able to put a dent in it unless you're using like size 7 weapons and up. So yeah, this thing is going to be the toughest ship in the game outside of like the King ship and the Bengal. There's other ships that will be flyable, but I don't know exactly how all that's going to work. So when I say largest ship, I'm talking about largest ship you can own, have in your own hangar, purchase with real money, that type of thing. But yeah, it's gigantic. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of words to use to describe this thing. I mean, look at this thing. Look, this is the top view. This is the top view looking sideways. This is the top. This is like the top view from the top front, and then here's the side view. It has 5 decks, so we're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, unless this counts as a deck. I don't know if this counts as a deck. But yeah, 5 decks. It's going to be ridiculous in this thing. And Morphologist, I think he did a tour of the ship. So if you were interested in getting a tour of this, go check out that video on Morphologist's page. I think there's a few people that actually got them, but that's the only one I could think of right now. But the ship is massive. I think what's going to happen, I think a few people will be able to legitimately crew these ships. But I think most people will end up putting AI blades into, you know, the turrets, and then getting NPCs to do engineering. And I think that's pretty much how most people are going to get it. But this is the ship you get if you are, you know, a USS Enterprise fan, I suppose. Like, you want to legitimately be the captain of a large city. Like, if you want to be in charge of a large city, if you have like mayoral goals, governor goals for a state, whatever, this is what you get. Because most of what you do when you get into a Javelin is going to be managing people, managing NPCs, managing humans, managing AI blades, whatever it is, right? So that's the use case for this, is for people who enjoy that role. Like, I just want to be the captain. I want to tell people to swab the deck. I want to tell people, take us to this place and blow some stuff up. I want to tell, like, that's what this ship is for. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to describe. It's got tons of guns. It's got tons of missiles. I mean, it pretty much doubles everything that the Idris has. It can carry a ton of cargo. It can, you know, obviously it can do fleet escort missions. Pretty much if you take this with you, nobody's going to bother you unless they have a Javelin, or they have a massive fleet of other ships. Yeah, it's kind of the same stuff that I said about the Idris. Go check out my Idris video. It can do a lot of things. It can make you the coolest guy in the universe, supposedly, because if you own one, people are gonna be like, whoa, you have a Javelin? And then other people are gonna be like, yo, you spent how much on a JPEG? And then other people are gonna be like, yeah, Javelin, I'll be part of your crew. So you're gonna get a range of reactions. But yeah, at $3,000, I think the cheapest you could have got it for was $2,500. I think when it first came out, you could get it for $2,500. Then it went to like, or no, I think now you can get it for $2,700. When it first came out, it was $2,500, and now you can get it for $2,700 if you spend cash and $3,000 for credits. So the most expensive ship in the game currently, as of 3.2, 3.1a. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words, because I try to justify spending that much money. You know, I spent 10 or 11 on the game, so I'm no you know, stranger to dropping a bunch on a game, especially the Star Citizen, right? But I struggle with this one a lot, because I don't have a large org, like I said, the major use case is you have a large org or you have a lot of people that you know. But I can't wait to see these in game, like legitimately being flown by people. I wonder how many of these will be hanger queens. I don't have a loadout for it because pretty much anything you put on it is going to be good. The loadout, I would say, is you have tons of area to put, like, to rearm and stuff. So I would go full ballistics on this thing and just see what happens. Like, you can reload as long as they allow you to reload from inside the ship, which I'm sure you'll be able to do. You should be able to reload this thing with, I mean, everything that you have stored. I think it has like a bay for a redeemer, like a full redeemer, like a bay for the redeemer. So this thing is just crazy. Like it's really the only ship that if I see one in game that I will legitimately run away regardless of what other ship I have. Unless, even if I had a Javelin, actually, I still would probably run away just because I don't want the only other ship that can destroy my ship. I don't want to get into a fight with that. I'd rather just like dip. Now, if we're doing, like, if my whole purpose is to do a fleet battle, right? Like if we're out and we're doing a military mission or something like that, and it's just massive fleet versus massive fleet, of course we're going to go at it. But if I can't imagine wanting to get into another fight with a Javelin while you're on your way to do something, unless it's for that specific, you know, oh, I just want that experience, or that video type of gameplay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the use case for the Javelin. I mean, if you have a lot of people, 80 plus, then go for it. If you have a lot of money, then go for it. If you don't have either of those two things and you just want something cool, go for it. But outside of those three instances, I would probably say stay far away from the Javelin. Just go be a crew. Just go be part of a crew for one. I think you'll have a lot more fun running around from station to station and exploring the ship. Unless, again, you want to be captain of the USS Enterprise. Because then, there you have it. There's your ship. All right. That's it for this use case. I hope you had fun. All right. See you in the next one. Peace.